Next week, Kim Carnes, Susan Anton, Joe Namath, and Hall and Oates on Good Morning America.
The People's Court today at 4:30.
Do you remember the girl I was talking to that night? The night of the fire?
Let's see. I don't think so.
Oh, sure you do. Her name was Nora Fulton. Look, she was murdered 2 nights ago.
No kidding?
But you don't read the paper?
Nah, the only thing I read is the sports pages. The rest is too depressing.
Now, why don't you take a look at this?
Oh, yeah. Now I know who you mean.
Hey, Harry, how's it going?
Hello there, preacher. How's the new joint coming along?
It's on the money, man. Why don't you stop by someday and see the place that's going to put you out of business?
I don't see no competition, preacher. My business is drinking, not dancing. Hey, preacher, you remember that dame who was in here hassling you the other night? I just heard she was murdered.
My name is Damian Tyler. I'm with the Monticello Police Department.
What's wrong, man? I'm old enough to drink. You want to see my ID?
No, I'm just showing you mine so you know who I am. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
About what? About what he says?
Yeah.
Well, he gets it all wrong. He was born wrong.
Hey, ease up, preacher.
Now, maybe he can get a drink order right. What are you drinking?
Are you buying?
If you're talking, sure.
All right, give me a beer. Except I don't have, like, too much to talk about. I mean, the chick didn't hassle me. She just tried to pick me up. But I guess I was too heavy. I mean, things like that happen these days, right? Anyway, I told her I wasn't interested, and that was that. Is that worth a buck?
$1.25.
Say, I didn't get your name.
Preacher, they call me Preacher.
Oh, yeah? What does it say on your ID card?
What are you gonna know that for?
Well, just say I'm nosy. Can I see your ID, please?
Well, what if I say no?
Then I'd have to say I think you're too young to be drinking in this place, and I'm probably going to have to close it down.
Hey, come on. He's no minor. Are you kidding? Go on, preacher. Show the cop your ID. You don't, I'm closing your account.
Yeah, sure. Relax.
John Willard Emerson. Well, Emerson was a preacher. What is this video disco in the back?
It's a new joint that's opening up next week. I am the video manager. That means I run the whole show.
Really? That's
I mean,
very
it's
good.
going to be so hot and so different. You should come down sometime. I'll take real good care of you.
Maybe I will. You didn't happen to talk to Nora Fulton about this job, did you?
I mean, I didn't say a thing to her, mister. I mean, her and me had nothing in common. Nothing. Hey, man, this place is like a funeral parlor. May I be excused, sir?
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper, and by Safeguard deodorant soap. People like Safeguard so much it's always the smallest soap in the house.
If your husband is doing as well as you told me, how come he makes you use these little bits of soap?
Mom, this is our Safeguard. It's little because it's our favorite soap.
Oh, I tried that.
If you tried Safeguard, you'd probably still be using it.
I'm sure I tried it.
I'm sure you haven't.
Well, Grandma, there's only one way to find out.
I don't remember it smelling this fresh, but I bet it doesn't have the protection my soap has.
Wrong, Mom. You can't buy soap with more deodorant protection than Safeguard.
Check the lather, Grandma.
Incredible. Most soaps don't lather up this rich, even when they're big.
But, Mom, I thought you said you tried Safeguard.
Your little Safeguard is so good. If I tried it once, wouldn't I still be using it?
Just try Safeguard. See if it doesn't become the smallest soap in your house.
Hi, Sam. What do you have?
Oh, Rosie, I thought I'd fool everybody at tonight's party. How'd you know it was me?
Wild guess.
Quick, Rosie, it'll get on my costume.
Don't lose your head, Sam. Bounty is so fast, it gets spills before they get away.
That was fast.
Bounty's the quicker picker-upper. Just watch. Look how much faster Bounty soaks up liquid. The other towel pushes it along and lets it get away.
Bounty is faster.
Strong, too.
Great. Well, off to the party.
Hey, Sam, one for the road. Bounty's the quicker picker-upper. Gets spills before they get away.
After this day, I just want to take off. Well, what are you doing here? I'm the guy who lives here, remember? I'm the guy who pays the other half of the rent.
Gavin, I would have thought you would be at the Kavanaugh tonight of all nights.
I've been spending too much time there as it is. I thought I'd give Miles and Nicole a little privacy.
Oh, does that include Jody?
Look, if I'm in the way, I can always go to a movie.
No, Gavin, don't be silly. Calvin was telling me about the meeting he attended today in Chief Mallory's office. Cliff did, too.
Yeah, but waiting to hear about that. How'd it go, Calvin?
Oh, well, Nicole made her statement. She admitted that she didn't tell the whole story, that she did indeed find Nora's body before you did and just didn't react so sensibly.
Don't give me any credit.
Who, me? Anyway, at least you called the police, which is more than she did. She ran out of there in a panic. Or at least that's what she told us.
Well, Cliff says she was terribly upset about the whole thing.
So's Jody. Now you know why I'm not the most popular guy around the Kavanaugh family these days.
Hey, well, forget that. That you can't be blamed for what you saw.
I could have kept my mouth shut. That's a general attitude.
Funny, I didn't get that impression.
You haven't talked to Jody.
No.
Is Jody talking to you?
There's a question about that.
Gavin, I wouldn't take it to heart if I were you. It's only natural that Jody would be upset. Nicole is her sister. Families have to stick together. She's got to find somebody to blame.
Yeah, she found someone to blame, all right. It's pretty heavy, you know. She's the one who asked me to walk down there in the first place. Then look what happened. I see Nicole running out of the place, leaving a dead body behind.
Look, lots of people panic under certain circumstances. I mean, I can remember times when I've seen 200-pound cops get sick at the sight of a corpse.
But Nicole didn't tell the truth, which is what makes it look so bad.
Yeah, well, for that matter, our friend here took his time about coming out with the truth, too.
Because I know what kind of damage it would cause, and it did.
But Cliff says the damage is only temporary. It's just a matter of, you know...
Sure, finding someone to blame.
Well, you don't think that Jody's sister did it, do you?
No, I don't think she did. She better not have. Jody swore to me that she would never talk to me again if Nicole winds up under arrest. Remember that, buddy, huh? In case you get any bright ideas?
Oh, I've already got plenty bright ideas. The one good thing about this case is that we don't have a lack of suspects.
Good. Catch one of them, huh? Catch one of them real soon so things can return to normal?
Calvin, you told me to remind you to call Geraldine Saxon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Stoner here.
Oh, so you finally got home.
Now, where are you?
Well, right now I'm at the bar that used to be Nora Fulton's hangout across the street from Sid's. That's where Sid's used to be.
Yeah? Well, you find anything?
No, I don't think so. But I did get a chance to talk to Geraldine Saxon, and she's available for us to go over to the studio and talk to her. And to take another look at the scene of the crime. That is, if you're not too busy.
Well, I was. But, okay, I'll meet you there.
Oh, now that's what I call real dedication.
Yeah, it's what I call stupidity.
And look, I'll meet you at the studio. Okay? So I guess we'll be seeing you later, Emerson.
The name is Preacher. Don't forget it. Hey, don't forget about the video disco. Come by and I'll take real good care of it.
Now, don't worry about it. We'll be seeing each other.
Raven, you seemed so positive about it this morning. What made you change your mind?
It's my hair.
What about your hair?
Well, I need a new style, you know. I can't stand looking in the mirror anymore.
You seem to manage all right at home.
Look, Geraldine, I'm really sorry about breaking our supper date, but this is the only time I could get an appointment. It's a new place, you know.
It's all right, my dear. I understand your priorities.
So are you upset with me?
No, of course not.
Okay, I'll see you when I get home.
All right, dear. New hairstyle and all, huh?
Yeah, right. Bye-bye. Okay, so I told your little white lie.
I'm sorry about your supper date.
Oh, that's all right. I don't even know what to say to Geraldine these days anyway.
It's always difficult to keep secrets, but I must say, you've done a very good job so far.
Well, I wonder what she's going to say when she sees my old hair. Anyway, what is this place? Why are we here?
This was David Cameron's idea. This shop is actually owned by his friends in Washington. It will never open for business, of course.
Of course. I assume Cameron's going to show up later.
No, he won't be part of this meeting. But there is someone else who would like to talk to you. Come on in.
Oh, Scott. Oh, why didn't you tell me you were going to be here?
I couldn't. I wouldn't be playing the game, their game of cloak and dagger, remember?
We had to make sure there was no chance of Ian Devereaux or anyone he knew seeing you together. Sorry if it seems a little elaborate.
Oh, why all the secrecy anyway? The whole thing's over.
What do you mean?
Well, I went to Ian and I told him I didn't want to marry him, so he told me he never wanted to see me again.
He's even a bigger idiot than I thought he was.
No, it's worse than that. He announced his plans to leave the country.
Yeah, I heard.
But that's something we just can't allow to happen.
If you have oily hair, you have a different kind of sebum.
And all the detergent in the world won't change it.
Now there's a new kind of shampoo.
For oily hair only.
Foho.
Made with a blend of natural ingredients.
To control
and normalize
oily conditions.
We drop oily sebum into Foho shampoo.
Look how it breaks up the oil so fine.
So fast.
So clean.
It lifts.
Right out of your hair. Gently.
Easily.
You get extra clean hair.
And to keep it that way for oily hair only rinse.
New Foho. It's not just a lot of detergent.
Cool it, Henry. Put your throat on nice.
Ice for a sore throat?
New nice medicated lozenges. Sugarless Nice showers minor sore throat pain with medicine for temporary relief. And Nice actually absorbs heat to cool your mouth and throat.
It feels slickery.
Slickery?
Yeah, slick, slippery, slickery. And I feel better.
For temporary relief, put your throat on Nice. For nice, cool pain relief.
Mike, didn't your wife tell you Ian wants to marry me? He's not going to settle for anything less. He happens to be a very old-fashioned kind of spy.
But he is a spy. And he'll almost certainly have to reveal that fact to the woman he married.
Well, it's not going to be me. I am not going to go through with anything like that.
Raven, be realistic. Nothing has really changed since the day David Cameron found those incriminating papers in Sky's wall safe. There's a very serious charge hanging over him.
Well, I tried. I did everything the CEA wanted me to do.
Well, these guys aren't interested in trying. They're only concerned with results.
I'm afraid that's true. No deal was made. The government didn't offer Sky amnesty if you would help. The only thing they offered was a delay in prosecution. A chance for you to prove that Devereaux had framed him.
Yeah, and a chance to get that damn phone book. See, I'd be cleared if Cameron had that.
If you give up now, Raven, you'd better think about what you're giving up.
Mike, I told Nancy to tell you that this is impossible.
Nancy did tell me.
Yeah, Mike, but you know, this is tough enough for me, if I may.
All right.
Baby, I had to see you to convince you you've got to accept his proposal.
What?
Now, don't get excited. I'm not saying you have to marry him or anything like that, but if he gets on that plane for Europe, that's going to ruin any chance that you and I have.
You're just gonna have to get engaged to him.
Well, what happens after the engagement?
Nothing has to happen. Don't you see what I'm saying?
No!
Raven, Sky agrees you've got to take the next step. You've got to say yes to Ian. And hope that you'll get close enough during your engagement period to find out that...
short engagement?
Install him, honey. Come on, you can do that.
Well, what if I can't?
Even if you have to marry him, it won't be a real marriage.
So how far is this thing gonna go? You want me to have a couple of his kids, too?
Raven, I am fighting for both of us, honey. The only chance that we have is to prove my innocence.
As Devereaux's wife, you'll have many more opportunities to learn the truth. It's much harder to keep a secret from a wife than a lover.
Your marriage to Jeff Brown proved that. He couldn't keep any secrets from you, neither can Ian.
You're late.
A day late.
Isn't this Tuesday?
The dinner party was last night.
Why not join us for leftovers? Cold fried chicken.
I'll refry it.
Won't it taste greasy?
Not with Crisco oil.
Looks crispy. Mmm, delicious, not greasy. And I missed this last night? Yeah, this and Diane. Your date?
Crisco oil for fried foods that taste great, not greasy.
Smile and hold it, hold it.
I've got the fever for the flavor of the Pringles.
The fever for the flavor of a Pringle?
It's a deep fried taste. It's the crispy crunch. Pass the Pringles, please. I need a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
It's the deep fried taste.
It's the crispy crunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
No preservatives, regular light rippled.
You'll catch the fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
Hey, what's your problem?
Got a cold.
There are dozens of cold medicines. Take your pick, Mac.
My cold's in my chest, too.
Oh. Try brand new Head and Chest. It helps clear your head and clear your chest. The leading cold medicine can't do that.
New Head and Chest drains nasal passages so you can breathe easy with no drowsiness. And its moisturizing action loosens and helps get rid of chest congestion.
Hey, Head and Chest works.
Uh-huh. New Head and Chest clears your head and clears your chest.
I didn't know they served stale cookies and old candy bars here.
Eric. Well, sometimes I eat other things when I'm not in the woods in the middle of the night.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
How are you?
I'm feeling good. Somebody sitting here?
No, I just dropped in for something quick.
Actually, I just wanted some coffee myself. Excuse me, waitress.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have some coffee, black, and a piece of whatever that is?
Sure.
Is that any good?
It's okay. Oh, the food here is fine. We all miss Sid. I can't wait for Mitzi and her partner to open up their new place.
Oh, they're going to open up something special?
Well, it's going to have the same chef. Probably the same clientele.
Oh, well, I only ate at Sid's once or twice, so I can't really say I know the chef.
You know, I've heard you eat too many meals at your desk.
You did? Well, no, I eat at home once in a while.
Is it true that bachelors make good cooks?
Well, not in my case. If you can't defrost it or unwrap it or get it out of a can, I don't eat it.
Oh, Derek, that sounds pathetic. You know, you ought to... You ought to, get yourself adopted or something.
I'll register myself tomorrow. You look pretty good. You don't look like you've suffered any ill effects from our night in the woods.
It took me a week to get warm. But I think I'm back to normal now.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Well, tell me, what is happening about Parrish?
It's already happened. He was indicted by the grand jury on half a dozen accounts. Not the least of which was embezzlement.
How is this going to affect Sky?
I don't think it'll affect him at all. I think he's in the clear, as far as the bribery charge is concerned.
I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, I thought you might be.
He's a friend.
He's a friend.
Any murder is horrible, of course, but to find such a thing happening in your own place of business, well, I'm sure you both can imagine how I feel.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Saxon.
The sooner you find the person responsible for this thing, the better we'll all feel. You can imagine how it's affected our staff, especially those people who work during the evening hours.
Yes. You do usually keep a guard posted, don't you?
Oh, yes, of course, during our regular business hours. I doubt very much that I'll find many people working here overtime during the evenings. At least until you find Nora Fulton's killer.
Well, maybe you can help us out there.
Well, I don't know how I can, but I'm certainly willing to cooperate in any way.
Well, the first thing we'd need, Mrs. Saxon, is a list of anyone who'd have a key to the building.
Oh, yes. I thought you'd want that, so I prepared a list. There we are.
That was very thoughtful of you. Thank you.
Now, it's only those people who are currently employed in the studio who are permitted to have a key, and only those people who need to be here before or after regular business hours.
Just these 8, 9 people, huh?
Yes. Of course, Mr. Whitney has a key himself, although he isn't on that list.
Well, then, if there's a key at the Whitney house, it's possible that someone else may have had access to it.
That's something you'll have to ask him.
Of course.
Well, we were speculating that perhaps Miss Fulton herself
Knowing Nora Fulton's character and habits, she may very well have stolen a key, but I can't say that for sure.
But Nora Fulton did have a key of her own at one time, didn't she? I mean, when she was Nicole Kavanaugh's secretary.
Oh, yes, she had one then. But she was forced to return it when she was dismissed.
But she could have duplicated it. Well, never mind. Let's talk about the night of the murder. Mrs. Saxon, I wonder if you realize that we know why Nicole Kavanaugh worked so late that night.
Yes, I do know. And frankly, I'm very relieved that Nicole has told you.
Yes, she told us. She also told us that you provided the $25,000, which was to be the fee for Miss Fulton's confession.
Yes, I did.
You don't seem too happy about it. You didn't approve?
Oh, I approved of the confession. I just didn't believe it could be bought.
Yes, well, as it turns out, Mrs. Saxon, you were quite right.
I'm afraid that doesn't gratify me in any way. In any case, I am very happy and find it extremely fortunate that Nicole was called away from the studio before that woman got back here.
You may not know this yet, Mrs. Saxon, but Mrs. Kavanaugh did not stay away. She came back to the studio.
Oh, surely not. I remember distinctly.
Look, the information is still confidential, Mrs. Saxon, but Nicole did return. In fact, Nicole told us that she was the first one to discover Nora's body, not Gavin Wiley.
Good Lord. Then why did she...
You were going to say, why did she lie?
And I wasn't going to use that word. Now, see here, surely the police don't believe that Nicole...
Look, Mrs. Saxon, we're not convinced of anything yet. Now, it is possible that Nora Fulton arrived when Nicole was not at the studio. That somehow Nora got herself into the studio and that there was already somebody else in here who killed her.
That's the camera she was going to use.
You mean Nicole?
Yes, it was all set up to make a videotape of Nora Fulton's confession. One of our technicians, Glenn Saunders, set it all up for her, but of course she never got a chance to use it. That's strange.
What is?
Oh, it looks like someone did try to make a tape. This memory counter no longer registers 0.
Really? Is there a chance this machine could have gone on accidentally?
Well, I don't see how.
Well, there is one way to find out. Let's rewind this tape and play it back.
Got a package for a Keebler?
I'm Ernie Keebler.
You live in this hollow tree?
We're elves. This is where we bake Keebler cookies and crackers, see?
Man, you never would believe where those Keebler cookies come from. They're baked by little elves in a hollow tree. Wow. And what do you think makes these crackers so uncommon? They're baked in magic ovens and there's no factory.
Could a cold, impersonal factory make this Keebler Pecan Sandies cookie? A thick, delicious shortbread cookie loaded with lots of pecan chunks? That's elfin generosity for you. And how about our Keebler Club crackers? They have a distinctive taste that's a step above saltines.
That's an uncommonly good cracker.
And baked by elves.
Yeah, but most people don't believe in elves. Most people believe in factories.
I know. So I ordered one to have around.
Keebler cookies and crackers, uncommonly good, wherever they come from.
Thursday, Henry gets robbed.
They even took my jockey shorts.
And it's too close for comfort.
That's sick.
Then Mama gets busted.
I'll hustle the yard, press a few license plates. It'll be fun.
It takes 2.
I'll miss her.
Tonight on ABC.
Mrs. Saxon, is it possible that this recorder was set on some kind of an automatic timer?
It turned itself on, you mean? No, I don't believe so.
There'd really be no reason for Nicole to have done that.
How much did Nicole know about the operation of this kind of machinery?
Oh, very little. As a matter of fact, she had to ask Glenn to give her instruction on how to operate the equipment.
I see.
I think the tape's ready.
Well, let's take a look at it.
All right. Oh, there is something on the tape.
Now, that looks like some kind of background.
Yeah, I suppose it could have been turned on accidentally.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Kavanaugh, just the two of us.
What's this?
It's been a long time since the two of us worked together here at dear old WMON. Of course, things are a little different now, aren't they? You were my boss then, and now I'm your boss. Aren't I? I'm the one running your life. Yours and your husband's. That disgusting drunk of a husband of yours. That pig who rapes helpless women and beats them into comas. You must be feeling pretty good tonight, Mrs. Kavanaugh, right? You must be thinking all your troubles are over. Everything's falling right into place. Well, you're wrong. You don't know what real pain is. You don't know what it's like to wake up every morning with 50,000 pounds of worry crushing you to the bed. But you're about to find out, oh yes, you're about to find out what hell is really like.
Oh, just in time for his first bath.
Great.
Remember, babies have very sensitive skin. That's why so many hospitals use Baby Magic Bath and Lotion. First, Baby Magic Bath. Its pH balance formula washes gently without any bar soap film. Then Baby Magic Lotion. Its special moisturizers help keep baby skin protected against dryness.
That smells nice.
Baby Magic. Protection that's more than loving. Baby Magic Bath and Lotion.
Assistant caterer reporting for duty. Welcome. Ready to feed an army? Now with the chicken salad I made last night, it tasted funny, not fresh like yours. Did you use Hellman's mayonnaise? Why? Is Hellman's fresher? The freshest. From the first spoonful to the last, so I know my recipes will always taste their best.
Hellman's can make a difference.
Bring out the Hellmans and bring out the best.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find.
This is David Hartman for Early News. It's World News this morning. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, Alan Greenspan from the President's Social Security Commission. What medicine you should and should not take while you're pregnant. Also, John Ritter. Next week, Kim Carnes on Good Morning America.
Tonight, Ralph has to stop a headline-grabbing TV anchorman who plots a nuclear power plant takeover on the greatest American hero. Tomorrow, the governor sends Benson an SOS when he learns that Katie's got a boyfriend. Then Oscar could be digging his own grave when he gambles away Felix's down payment on a cemetery plot on the new Odd Couple.
And be aware of all the games people.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, Hotline of Hope. Parents searching for life-saving donors pray their dying children will cling to life.
In one sense, we know time's running out. In another sense, I don't believe she'd ever die.
Can this new computer system help? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Next peanut butter sandwich, try honey instead of jelly. You probably don't even have to buy it. Golden Blossom. It's in there someplace.
I'm Roseanne Scamardella. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, Mayor Koch in a confrontation with the Jewish community. He says not one synagogue is providing beds for the city's homeless. We'll have the response of Jewish leaders and this.
Medical history was made today at the New York University Medical Center, and it's saving a little boy's life. I'm Tracy Egan. I'll have the story.
Also, why children are being banned from seeing E.T. in some countries and what...
If you're still worrying about frizz every time you perm, get the perm that's never frizzy. Relax. You can get all the soft, natural-looking curls you want without any frizz. Get a Rave. Rave Soft Perm. The first soft one, gentle one. No ammonia, no odor, and definitely no frizz. For a soft, natural look with no worry, no frizz.
I love it.
get a rave and relax.
Are you sure you want that soft drink?
Why?
A 7-Up might be nice.
Why?
I like it.
Why?
7-Up is light and refreshing, crisp and clean, and no caffeine. Never had it, never will. All of these other soft drinks have caffeine.
Why?
Why? Why? Good question.
Don't you feel good about 7-Up?
This is Roxanne Pulitzer with her famous new divorce lawyer, Marvin Mitchelson. She tells her side of her front-page divorce, but only to people who buy People. This absolutely exclusive interview shows you the meanness and methods behind big-money breakups. And if it's in People, you know it's true. People also takes you to the top of the charts with Marvin Gaye's huge comeback hit, to Hollywood to talk to Richard Crenna about his hot TV series, It Takes Two. So pick up this week's People for yourself, for your family, and read what Roxanne told only to People.
Your eyes will tell you. Your mouth will tell you. Stouffer's lean cuisine not only looks terrific, it tastes terrific. And if that's not enough, your scale will tell you. Your mirror will tell you. His eyes will tell you. That great lean cuisine taste is less than 300 calories.
I love the way it looks on me. I love the way it
Break open the mint that's sparkling fresh. Break open the mint that cools your breath. Break open the breath savers.
Cool, refreshing, sugar-free breath savers. The blue in the middle breath mint. With breath savers, your mouth will feel sparkling, clean, minty fresh.
Break open the mint that's clean and brisk. For breath that's fresh enough to kiss. Break open the breath savers. The Bisco.
Football fever. Are you gearing up?
We're going to win.
Watch ABC's World News tonight.
Exciting things are happening at Wix Furniture.
Wix is having a half-price bedroom sale. Save 50% on a French provincial bedroom. Choose from 20 pieces starting at $74.88. The canopy bed is only $109.88. In this 16-piece casual collection from $79.88, the bunk bed is now only $139.88. Save 50% on this 4-piece traditional bedroom. Now only $449.88. Hurry, half-price bedroom sale ends Monday night.